Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? It's Russell Mills, November 9th, 2020. I want to say hello just to get right into it. Joe Biden became the 46th president. He got elected, and he's going to be the president-elect. He's going to be number 46. He defeated Donald Trump in the election. So, um, to me, Donald Trump is a sore loser when it comes to this. Um, so, so Joseph Biden Jr. He was born November 20th, 1942. He's an American politician, pre-elected of the United States, having defeated Donald Trump in the 2020 United States presidential election, while he's being inaugurated as the 46th president on January 20th, 2021. So, and just to let everybody know, as everybody already seen it, Kamala Harris is the first woman VP. I think this is a setup down the road because Joe Biden's with like 77 years old. So I think down the road, I don't think he's going to do his 4 years. If he does, you know, but I think this is a setup for Kamala Harris to be president down the road. Um, but so how did you guys feel about the election? Because to me, um, Donald Trump saying that this thing is rigged, and it's like to me, he's just a sore loser. You know what I mean? He's just a sore loser that you know he can't take defeat. And it's like my thing is, you opened your mouth way too much. That's the problem. You opened your mouth. You disrespected a lot of people in your party. You disrespected people, the Democrats, and I'm not even a Democrat, Republican. I don't care for either one of them. I care for people. I care for us as the people. I care for us as the people that are trying to get our stuff together. That's what I care about. So, this is as a member of the Democrat Party, Biden served as the 47th vice president from 2009 to 2017, United States Senator for Delaware from 1973 to 2009. He was raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Newcastle County, Delaware. Biden studied at the University of Delaware before earning his law degree from Syracuse University in 1968. He was elected a Newcastle County councilor in 1970, became the sixth youngest senator in American history, while he was elected to U.S. Senate from Delaware in 1972 at the age of 29. Biden was a longtime member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and eventually its chairman. He opposed the Gulf War in 1991, but supported extending the NATO alliance into Eastern Europe and intervention with Yugoslavia wars in the 1990s. He supported the resolution authorizing the Iraq War in 2002, but opposed the surge of U.S. troops in 2007. He also chaired the Senate Judicial Committee from 1987 to 1995, dealing with drug policies, crime preventions, civil liberties issues, led the effort passed the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act and Violence Against Women Act, and oversaw six U.S. Supreme Court confirmation hearings, including the continuous hearings for Robert Bork and Clarence Thomas. He ran unsuccessfully for the Democratic president nomination in 1988 and again 2008. Okay, I'm gonna get you guys a clip.
President-elect Joe Biden is the winner of this election. Donald Trump is the loser of this election. Donald Trump got fewer votes than Biden, just as he got fewer votes than Clinton. Indeed, Donald Trump is now the only president to ever lose the total vote twice, both times he ran for president. And while it was not immediately visible on that unfolding election night, with results trickling in for an election where Americans shifted how they vote for this pandemic, and while, yes, it also took several days to get all those ballots in and to report out those careful projections state by state at Kornacki's big board, in the end, it was not even close. Biden beat Trump decisively with roughly 4 million more votes, with over 50% to Trump's 47, with an electoral college margin of multiple states, which shuts down even the long shot ploy that some sort of recount or lawsuit or something in a single state might drag this out. This is clear to everyone.
So,
Former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States,
winning the White House and denying President Trump a second term.
Rachel, the screen right underneath you says Joe Biden elected 46th president.
You can see here, there's music playing, people are dancing, cheering, lots of Biden-Harris signs.
This is a great day for everyone, great day for America.
We've created a better opportunity and a better world for our children, and that means a lot today.
Donald Trump entered the White House as an unpopular and divisive figure, America's second choice, vaunted into power with our strange electoral college system in 2016, and he now leaves the same way, the unpopular loser of the total vote again and of the electoral college. In one of Shakespeare's most iconic monologues from the 420-year-old play As You Like It, there are those lines that apply here. All the world's a stage. All the men and women merely players, and one man in his time plays many parts. A speech that suggests the last stage is a return to the first, when a man in his old age becomes like a baby again, facing his, quote, second childishness and mere oblivion. That's Trump right now, tonight, leaving as he arrived, facing a loss that cements his presidency as an aberrant and unpopular chapter in our history as he enters his own kind of political oblivion. Okay, so what are we to make of it all? If Trump came in on a fluke, never earned majority support, not in 2 national elections, not in national approval, what was this all about? Can we just forget about him and what he wrought? Can Americans just say, hey, we want to say and believe we're better than this, we rejected this, let's move on? Or do we need a reckoning with how far Donald Trump got here, which shows how far we have to go? I want to tell you tonight, it matters how we approach these questions. And I want to tell you what I think. On one hand, there's no reason to overestimate Donald Trump's support when he lost, when he is the loser of this race, when he has been clearly rejected. It would be inaccurate and dilute the victory to overdo that. And sometimes some Democrats get in their own way on these things. But on the other hand, I don't think there's any good reason to think that Trumpism is some kind of ahistorical, rare anomaly in American life. In fact, over the past 4 years, we did hear people, sometimes these comfortable DC people, blithely claim this is not who we are. But America, Trumpism is who we are in some significant ways. This is who so many Americans support. And after 4 years of seeing Trump in action, removing any possible doubt people might have had, Trump went from roughly 63 million votes last time to 71 million votes this time. He grew his share of the vote among certain groups as well, including wealthy voters and Latino voters. Trump won outright among men in America. It's women of color who powered Biden's margin of victory. Trump won outright and decisively among white voters, 57% to 42%. So we need to remember that as well. Anytime you walk into a room of white people who are registered to vote, statistically, most of them back Donald Trump after all this. And finally, I want to show you this in one of the most telling breakdowns for the future. Donald Trump still broke even with Biden among the traditional electorate, the majority of Americans who had voted before. When you just look at that part, they split 49 to 50. Biden won this thing by dominating among first-time voters by 34 points. And those new voters are 13% of this electorate. So to put it a different way, Donald Trump could have won this race if those 19 million new and young voters didn't register and vote for the first time over these past few weeks. In the years ahead, I can tell you whether those new voters keep voting, it could completely control our politics more than anything else. So both things can be true. America has rejected Trump. More people voted against him than for him in 2016, and a majority voted him out in 2020. But second, Trump tapped into broad American support, and he enlarged it over this time. Consider that an informed endorsement of what he stands for. We got to face that too. It's quite obvious Trump didn't create or begin the bigotry and anger that he tapped into any more than he wrote, "Make America Great Again." That slogan was plagiarized from Ronald Reagan, just as Trump's performative politics came right out of his reality show experience. He just played this part. He got the script from around the nation. He got it from the rest of America, from our living history, from our struggle to ever try to truly achieve justice and to overcome. Which brings us back to another set of classic bars from the Bard on this topic of standing up to a would-be autocrat. I bet you know the line from Julius Caesar: "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves." We got to look into ourselves.
So, as you heard him speak about Donald Trump losing, again, I don't know if it's going to be a smooth transaction from him leaving the White House to Joe Biden coming back to the White House, but I hope it is. But it says Biden was re-elected to the Senate 6 times and was the 4th most senior senator when he reassigned his service Barack Obama's vice president after they won in 2008 presidential election. Obama and Biden were reelected in 2012. This is as Vice President Biden oversaw infrastructure spending in 2009 to counteract the Great Recession. His negotiation with Congressional Republicans helped pass legislation, including the 2010 Tax Relief Act, which would resolve the taxation deadlock, the budget control of 2011, which resolved the debt ceiling crisis, and the American Taxpayer Relief Act in 2012, which addressed the impending fiscal cliff. He also led efforts to pass the United States-Russia New START treaty, supported military interventions in Libya, and helped formulate U.S. policies towards Iraq throughout the withdrawal of U.S. troops in 2011. Since following the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, he led the gun violence task force. In January 2017, Obama awarded Biden the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction. And it says, in April of 2019, Biden announced his candidacy in 2020 presidential election as he reached the delegate threshold needed to secure the Democratic nomination in June of 2020. This is on August 11. He announced U.S. Senator Kamala Harris as the California as his running mate. Biden defeated Trump in November 3rd election. He's the second non-incumbent vice president to be elected president after Richard Nixon in 1968. So, again, Trump, he lost. But I want to say something. I want to read something that I wrote. It says, in September 1994, as President Bill Clinton signed the new Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act in an elaborate choreography ceremony on the south lawn of the White House, Joseph R. Biden sat directly behind the president, flashing a grin. And I remember, it says, lock up those SOBs. Joe Biden in the era of mass incarceration. He now plays down his role overhauling crime laws with the, from the 80s and 90s. Hey, there he is. What's up, DC? So, like I said, but me, let's say this. Okay, Biden won. What's that mean for black people? What's that mean for the United States? And I understand Biden's not going to be president for black people. He's president for everybody. But here's what I got to say. Don't get fooled when they say the word minorities, because my question is again, what type of percentage does that mean? And remember, I just read this 1994 about the crime bill. So again, that was to lock us up. When Clinton was in office, and of course you have Biden that was supporting stuff and called people thugs, and you know again, I don't care for either one of them, honestly. I really don't. But at the end of the day, he is the president. Going to be the president. Come January of 2021. So, but that doesn't mean, like I said, doesn't mean I like him. Doesn't mean I want him. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm just gonna say this to us, like what's gonna happen with us. So as Black people, I just care about us. It's like I care about other people just as well. But at the end of the day, I care about us. What's gonna happen with us? That's my only thing. Are we gonna get any better tax breaks? What's up, DC? So are we gonna get any tax breaks? Are we gonna get some things as Black people? Are we gonna do that? What's gonna happen? That's my question. So again, I don't. I understand Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is going to be president for the United States, not for just Black people. But still, my question is: do Black people stay underneath like we have been? So I just want us to understand that the system, isn't really that good for us, and it never has been. So. So again, like I just say to people, I just want us to wake up a little bit more and it's just like, I don't know, man. I just want people to understand that it's things that are bigger than us, and even with this hearing about the Hunter Biden situation, you know what I mean? It's just like, if it's true that Hunter Biden took, all that money, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is, it's like, okay, or if he was part of some type of corrupt thing and allegedly, Joe, they didn't discuss it and all this other shit. I think to me it's just a bunch of crock of shit. Like if Hunter Biden took, got that money and didn't have the experience, you know what I mean? Again, just like with, anything. But again, yeah, my brother over here is commenting, Biden made a mistake, but see, here's the thing, right? Like all of us, we all make mistakes because we're human beings. We're all flawed people. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? None of us on this planet are perfect. We all mess up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are. But some stuff I feel is deliberate. And I feel like it's just sometimes they don't take in consideration the repercussions that's going to happen in the future. So that's just how I feel about it. But like I said, everybody can have their own perspective, their own decision about it. Honestly, that's not my business. But I'm just hoping that, yeah, you're right, sir. We have to hold them accountable. What's this? I'm gonna see. What's this? I was trying to get something online, but you know what I mean. But about Hunter Biden. But again, like I said, okay. Let me see something here. Hold on, let me see something. It's the New York Post. How old is this? I'm just trying to see something here. What's this? New York Post on Wednesday published an article claiming to report emails between Democratic President Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden and a Ukraine business associate thanking the former vice president's son for arranging a meeting with his father in April 2015 and urging him to use his influence in May of 2014. Facebook and Twitter moved quickly to restrict the reach of the Post article. On Wednesday, Facebook says restricting articles' reach until it could undergo a rigorous fact-checking process. Twitter cited its policies about hacked materials and doxing to justify its decisions. President Donald Trump, who's going to be former president, and his allies have long pushed the narrative that Joe Biden acted corruptly during his time as vice president to benefit his son Hunter's business interests in Ukraine and China. Says although former State Department officials testified before Congress that Biden's son's dealings in foreign countries raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest, no substantial evidence has come forward to claim that Biden acted corruptly. That's what they say anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. But again, the media, and everybody, they like to protect those that, are in power because they're probably paying them off somehow. You know what I mean? But no, we do have to hold these people accountable. And that's one thing I got to say. I got to salute to somebody like our brother Ice Cube from NWA. Him was he trying to get a contract for Black America, him and his people, him and all the people that he knows and stuff that educators and all this other stuff to try to get Black people money, because we do need money. Because again, when they say the word minority, how much of a percentage is it with us compared to everybody else, the Jews, the Latinos, the people from Africa, people from Haiti, even though they're African too. But I'm just saying, how much is a percentage is it going to American Blacks? You know what I mean? Because again, if we're here and we're struggling, shouldn't we get the peace first before everybody else? But unfortunately, in this world, everybody else gets the peace, the Latinos and that don't like us, but envy us, but steal our styles, just as well as every other race does. And we just accept it and allow it and put our arms around everybody and say, oh, it's cool. No, it's not cool. Everything has been stolen from us as Black people. And it's pathetic how we just don't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? We need to hold all races accountable for them stealing our culture, just as well as these politicians. If Black people took the time to hold everybody accountable and instead of putting the arm around everybody and saying, she's not racist, he's not racist, or, selecting who's what, quote unquote, which ones we think are not racist. That's bullshit. We don't know who's racist because we're not in their minds. A lot of people like to pretend. Again, when you're, let's say, an undercover cop and you're going undercover for, to find out what's going on. You're gonna be with the criminals to find out what is what and what's going on, and you're gonna act like a criminal. You're gonna pretend like you're a criminal, and that's what every other race does with Black people. They go undercover. They try to find out who we are, and then after they try to expose us and get and take everything from us, our resources and everything, like they've done in like they try to do in Africa and everything else and all these other places. Again. But I hold us accountable because we're the ones that get the foolery, the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, my brother over here, I'm for unity for all, but we got to make sure we are not overlooked. Let me tell you something, my brother. You already know, because you have knowledge of self, I have knowledge of self, that we have been overlooked for centuries, okay? And again, this is why it just upsets me, because the fact is we don't come together. We have this, one Black person does something wrong to us, you know what I'm saying? Now we want to destroy him, but we're not destroying the people that stole our lands and destroys our family structure, and but we'll go after our own and call each other coons and niggas, and it's like, what about Joe Biden? What about Bill Clinton? I remember when black people was trying to say back in the day when Bill Clinton was playing the saxophone and all this other stuff, oh, he's the first black president, co-signing a white man, calling him the first black president. That's how stupid we are. You ain't black. You ain't even, I know you're from fucking Arkansas, Bill Clinton. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You don't know how it is to be a black man. Nobody does if you don't look like us. Again, I don't justify none of these motherfuckers. So, again, I respect people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say I respect people that are honest. If you don't like us and you don't want to fuck with us and you say you think we're niggas, if you're a white man or Spanish and you think all black people are niggas, you know what? I could respect you more because you know what? You're being honest about who you are. And then how you feel about us. It's those that are playing undercover, you know, like the police officers that are playing undercover. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. Okay? And people are like, oh, you know, how could you like the KKK? I don't like the KKK. But I'm going to say this. They don't like black people. And they have addressed that many times that they don't like black people. See, I could respect somebody that don't like us and tell you to your face instead of pretending and saying, "Yeah, we like you. You're great," and then fuck you with the knife later, and then stab you in the back later. I don't respect people like that. Again, I don't respect anybody like that. I respect truth, honesty, you know, and dignity. That's what I respect. So again. Trump, look at this guy. You know what I'm saying? He probably doesn't want to concede, but he has to because he lost. Yes, he's going to be a one-term president. That's it. He was 4 years, and then he's out. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he's got the benefits, Secret Service for the rest of his life. He can't ever drive a car. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to drive him everywhere, which is, you know, that's the policy once you leave office. You know, you have to, you know, you can never drive a car again, which, you know what I'm saying, your families, you have to have Secret Service drive you everywhere. He's good. His money's good. You know what I mean? He's still a piece of shit. He's still an arrogant piece of shit. So it doesn't matter. And again, you know, I feel like even with Biden, like I said, I don't like any of these dudes. Biden's more politically correct. He says certain things that, you know, make you, you know, happy, I guess. You know what I mean? But other than that, to me, he's not an exciting candidate. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my brother over here says, can you believe they're calling Cuba coon after what he's doing? And yeah, of course I can believe that because, again, black people love to attack black people. You don't see these white motherfuckers doing this to their own when they're trying to help their own. They're not calling them no cracker or whitey. They're not saying that. They're saying, wow, these group of people are helping me. Wow. I love it because it only benefits them. But when black people try to help or try to work, and here's the thing, right? The Democrats said to Cube, they were going to wait until after election. The Republicans were trying to get some, you know, we're actually going to do some ideas, which had some ideas with Cube, with Ice Cube and his people. During the period, I think Cube did this during the summertime of 2020, a little around that time. So it's just coming out now. But it's like he's been doing this behind the scenes, him and his people, for a little while now. And, of course, they're going to attack someone like him. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to try to attack someone like him, but, you know, you're not going to attack someone like a Trump or Biden or something that doesn't really do nothing for black people. But you have a dude from California that's a hip-hop artist, actor, activist, whatever you want to call, part of Hollywood. It's elite. even though I don't like Hollywood and it's all but the sick fucks in that industry, but they have raped kids and you know what I mean, and raped women and degraded women and men, and no, I don't like any of that stuff. But as far as I don't like any of these people. I just want black people to wake up. That's why I make these videos. I don't, and sometimes in life, when I make these videos, maybe it's confusing, maybe it's not. I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is. But I just want black people to be happy. I want us to be in a better place financially, better place spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Stop having this slave mentality like, oh, fuck him, he's a nigga, da da da. It's like, nah, bro. Like, stop all that. You know what I'm saying? Black excellence. That's what we supposed to be representing. Meaning we're the closest people to God, okay? Remember that, and I keep stressing that we're the closest people to God because we're original man of this planet. Okay, everyone came from us. Okay, everybody knows the white man came from the caves. We already know this. The Caucasus Mountains. We already know this. Okay, we already know that. The white man's. Why people look the way they were what way they do is because they were further away from the equator and we were closer to the equator, okay? And when you're further away from something, eventually you're not going to get dark, okay? And we stayed around that area. So again, that's why I say unbelievable. We know the white man came from the Caucasus Mountains. We know this. We know, but again, white people don't. And another thing too, I'm going to say this. White people try to justify shit that's happened back in the day to now. It's like there's no justification. Remember one thing, as every white person in this country knows that has been a historian that's dead or alive. They know that black people were not educated. They know black people couldn't read. They know, black people were slaves at one point. They also knew that black people had their own businesses too back in the day. And also, we had Black Wall Street and stuff like that. Again, like I said, a lot of us have been separated from our families, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. See, another thing they don't want to tell us, that a lot of us know, a lot of white people know, is that, back in the day, the white man would kill the babies and the black woman when they were starting families. Okay, look it up. Okay, you know, white people, what you've done. You know what you've done historically to us. You know this. And people might look at me like, oh, this guy's a hater on YouTube and he's this. No, it's not. It's truth. Understand the facts. Understand the truth of who you are and what you've done and what you've done. You stifle the minds of black people. That's why we think the way we do. That's why we have so much hate towards each other. That's why we keep saying black and light skin and dark skin and white skin and oh, he's got green eyes, he's got straight eyes, straight hair and all this other bullshit. This skin is beautiful. Love it. Because everybody else loves it behind the scenes, but they're not going to say it. Now, I've heard white people say, man, you got some nice skin. I've heard all white people say that to like certain black people. Oh, I like your skin tone. I wish my skin was like this. Because again, they're envious of what we are deep down inside. And that's why they hate us so much, because the fact that we have beautiful skin, beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, you know what I'm saying, beautiful noses. And a lot of white people deep down inside wish they had that. And that's how it is. That's the bottom line. But I'm just, maybe I went off track a little bit, but I'm just saying, he became the president, that's fine. But again, I want what's this mean for black people? Okay? Because again, it's funny, I say this in a little bit, I'm going to get off. Kamala Harris ripped him a new asshole in 2019 when they had that debate. And she even called him a racist, I believe, in that panel. And so again, and then now he picks her as her VP, and now she's a VP, So again, like I say, Kamala Harris, check out who she is too, everybody, and Biden, okay? Check them out, okay? So again, everybody wants to, co-sign and, oh, we got a first, black woman and is a VP. That's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. And she's not all black. So again, she's a mixed breed. She's with Indian, Asian, and black. So I'm not saying you don't have black in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you don't have black in you, Kamala, because obviously we see the hair, we see the lips, we see the African roots. We know you like black people, but again, you're married to a white man. So if you loved us that much, you would love. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother over here, my brother that's coming, we both have children that are black, that are dark skinned like us. So obviously, I don't care how many white women I've dated. It's because unfortunately, a lot of black people, a lot of us don't love each other. That's why we don't date each other. If I had more black sisters that like me, I'd be with them. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But again, they didn't. So was I going to be a lonely man or wait for a sister to come? No. So I dated out of my race. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't hate black women. I don't hate black women. But the problem is with black women. Hello. The problem is with black women today is that, again, black people, I should say, they always going against each other. But we will never go against anyone else. And that's the thing I don't understand. Like, we're never going to go against anyone else. I'm not saying hate anybody. Just, we don't go against anyone else. It's like, fuck you, nigga, da-da-da, fuck you up, da-da-da. But then the white guys, okay. No, everybody should be held accountable for your actions. Well, I don't care what color you are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to be held accountable for their actions, period. Point blank, period. So this is why I say to people, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So, yes, I thank you for the shout out. But no, man, this is what I'm saying. I want black people to just think about themselves, love themselves. You know what I mean? We could be friends with everybody. I'm cool with everybody. Here's the thing with me. When I say these messages, I'm not trying to be a hateful individual to all, because we're all human beings at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to die one day. You know what I'm saying? Remember, there's a God out there. You know what I mean? Thank you. I will stay focused. Thank you. You know what I mean? And thank you for all that. Thank you for the love on the comments. My brothers out there, I do this for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I do this for you guys because this is love of my people, because I love black people. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I'm saying, I love all people. You know what I mean? But of course, I want us first. I want us to wake up first. I want us to stay focused. I want us to be on code, like how white people are on code with each other. I want us to understand each other, understand that God is watching all of us. You know what I'm saying? We all have to understand that there's a God. This is not the end. When you die, it's not the end. This is when you die, that's the beginning. Okay? I want everybody to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what I mean? So thank you, Just look at Venezuela. You can vote your way into socialism, but you have to shoot your way out. Yep, you're right. See, again, this is what I'm saying. See, this is facts. See, this is factual stuff. See, this is why I say I feel like the independent people like us, YouTube creators, we don't get enough credit. But everybody in the media, they do, and because they're, quote unquote, you know what I mean, more out there, they're getting paid millions of dollars for reporting bullshit. But see, the people that are independent like myself, that go on these videos, we care. Like, I care. Like, I want to tell you the truth. That see, black people have been, looked down upon, and you know what I mean, and discriminated against, and it's like, but we have to, again, like I say, we have to get in our minds to be truthful, be honest to ourselves, love ourselves. That's it. And that's, it seems like it's so hard for black people to do that. It's hard for black people to have communication where we break our communication skills. Seems like has been fucked up and we need to break it down to the way that it has to be done. Period. Just like if you're talking to a white man about certain things, that's how you talk to your brothers. You talk to them, hey, this is how I feel. See, but we have this pride in our community, being prideful, I should say. And let me tell you something. You should never be prideful, because you're going to die a prideful person. And that's how people are going to remember you as. Remember your legacy. Remember how important you are to yourself, to your family, and God. Remember this. So this is what people got to understand. We get this all fucked up. You know what I mean? So again, like I tell people all the time, love yourself, black people. Stop having, this mindset of hating. Make your money. Take care of yourself. If you're creative, if you're a writer, if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, whatever you want to do in this life, it's not going to be easy. Because I fucked up majorly in my life. I've had people help me, and then I was being stubborn, and whether it's family, friends, outsiders, whatever, and I fucked up my life. I realize now at the age I am, 43, almost 44 years old, that I fucked up, big time. The last 24 fucking years, 23 fucking years of my life, I fucked up. Being emotional, being angry, not listening. Even when brothers were telling me certain things, or family, my brother, my parents, even some white people, and I didn't want to listen. See, and this is why I'm saying, when you don't listen, it's your own fault. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could set yourself back so far because you're not listening. You're not taking the time to, listen to do what you have to do, and that's our problem. We don't want to listen. So when you don't want to listen, guess what happens? You fall short, to what you need to do, to accomplish in life. And that's the problem. And I can admit this. See, I can admit this on camera. I can admit this to people in my face, because I'm that secure of myself. See, I'm not a fake, I'm not a phony, I'm not a bullshitter. That's the difference with me. I can admit to truth and admit that I've done things in this life that was stupid to women, and disrespected family or friends. And see, I can admit that and realize that set me back many years for not being honest. Only if black people took the time to understand that, that what we say and do sets us back. You know what I'm saying? So again, if we take the time to do positive things, to have a positive mindset, we could be blessed. That's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just do the right thing. Someone does you wrong, okay, you leave them alone. That's it. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to beat the ass. You don't have to do anything. Just leave them alone. Maybe one day they wake up. Maybe they won't. Maybe, maybe one day they're like, okay, shit, I shouldn't have said or done that. Whatever. But and I got this video a little bit too longer, but for everybody that was on the comments, thank you. I appreciate it. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel. My name is Russell Mills, RussellMills, May 22nd, 2017. My first video is Why Black People Settle for Less, where I talk about shit like this. Want everybody to be safe out there with this whole pandemic going on. I want everybody's families to be safe. Black people, like I said, let's stay on code with each other. Love ourselves, love our kids. Doesn't matter what they look like. Love ourselves. Everybody, peace.